I'm going to explore every possibility that I can think of, short of, well, plasma cutter. Hey, we're back, next day, working on this thing, and I'm going to explore every possibility that I can think of, short of, well, plasma cutter. So, the first, the easiest thing that I have done is I have taken this bracket and I have moved from this hole to this hole. The problem is, I'm sticking up above my table, and that may be a little more of a gap than it's supposed to have. We're supposed to be at the thickness of 8 sheets of newsprint, and well, that's not it. So, all right. So now we're going to take the front and the rear rails off, because again, there is, now I can adjust this rail up, which I don't need to do, but this bracket is a fixed position. I mean, there's a little bit of slop built into that, but not much. So we're going to take the front and the rear rails off again, and then we're going to take the extensions off, and we're going to compare those and see if one's different than the other. See if, you know, if they are a left and a right. Pretty sure I don't have them upside down. We'll show you that on the castings. This is the manual that I have says that these are iron. These aren't. These are aluminum. So the extensions are pulled off, and they are the same part number, 158849. I don't see a left or a right designation anywhere. The parts are, as you can see, the same. Now, there is a difference when it comes to one side versus the other. So this is the side that shows the most wear and tear on these 4 equidistant holes. Now there is an opposite side that does not show a lot of wear, and you can see where the holes stagger up and down, and there is only a little bit of wear and tear on there. The holes from on the side, they're both the same distance. So, and it's odd because this is the height that sets the top of this extension flush with the top of this. So I can try to put these on the opposite way, but I have a feeling that's not going to work. But I'm going to give it a shot anyways, because each side has only got 4 holes to work with. Those are non-adjustable. The front only has 3 to work with. In the back, no holes in the back. This is like the dumbest thing. I may be onto something, as weird as it may seem, because now I have obviously I have a gap between the fence and the table, but guess what? I have room for adjustment on my front as well as on my rear rails. And pray tell, how did I gain that adjustment? I put the wings on upside down. This is the finished side that you would expect things to be sliding upon. And this is the bottom side. As you can see, ejection pin marks and nice little lips. They're going to catch all kinds of sawdust. But I now have possibly enough adjustment to get this to sit down. I don't know. We'll have to go back and look at the video footage of when I picked it up. I think I took some pictures of it while it was set up in the garage where I purchased it from. I'll have to go back and look and see if these wings were on here upside down like this. I don't remember if they were or not. I would have thought it would have struck me odd if they were. But so now I'm going to start loosening these and start lowering this front and rear rail set, and see if indeed this is what the deal is. It seems kind of weird. You know, my initial thought, shy of having the manual, is, are these even the right wings? Are these even the right extensions? You know, could these extensions and this Exacti-Rip fence have come as a set, and whoever got it adapted it to this table saw? I don't know when the Exacti-Rip, when the fence system came out. You know, I'm led to believe that this is a early to mid 60s table saw. I'm sure you people in the know could tell me just from, you know, looking at the knob, looking at the logo. I don't know. It's a mystery wrapped in an enigma. Well, welcome to Bizarro World. All the way across. And now I know we're not using these for scientific purposes. What I had in the shop, I've got a piece of 320 grit sandpaper folded over on itself, just to kind of ballpark it in there. It locks solid. Here's the problem. I have exactly 2 bolts that line up. I have this bolt on the front rail. I have that bolt on the back rail. Front rail, back rail. None of the other holes line up with anything. So I have 4 points. None of as we saw earlier, there's 3 bolts that go into the front part of the table saw. There are 0 bolts connected up to this right now. So, wow. I mean, I don't even know where to go from here. I just put this stuff, like here on the wings, I've only got 2 of the 4 bolts in, just because, you know, putting the side extensions on upside down didn't seem like something that I really wanted to get fully secured, because, I mean, that wouldn't work, right? So, yeah, so there it is. I think what I will try to do install as many bolts back into it as I can, and then we'll see if that's where we want it to be. I just don't know. It just makes absolutely no sense. So if this insanity is going to work, we're going to have to do a little bit of adjustment. Nice and flat on the table, and then it falls off on the wings. So if this is indeed what I'm going to have to do, then I guess we're going to have to go get some brass shim stock to get those wings leveled up. It's just the most bizarre thing. So I've gone down to the store and I have picked up a sheet of just brass shim stock. This is 10 thou, and I have cut some little shims, and I have just put the teeny tiniest dab of glue just to hold it there while I get it in place. And I did this, and it works. It brings it right up to level. So we'll give that a minute to set up, and then I'll go ahead and I'm gonna give this a nice scrub with some steel wool, and then we'll give it a coat of paste wax. The miter gauge is supposed to arrive today, and then with any luck we'll get this thing functioning, and then I can build a cross-cut sled for it. So that way I'll be able to rip and cross-cut, and then we're off to the races at that point. You know what I can do too, is while I'm at it, so I can go ahead and I can put a coat of paste wax on the base and the bottom of the form for the binding router machine. Well, here we are. We're clean. We are on this end. Actually, let's start at this end. This end is as far down as I can adjust it. And I am at probably 35 to 40 thou on that end. I'm at 25 on this end. Like I said, it seems to work fine. We'll go back and look at the archival footage and see if when I got this, if this was actually upside down, and if I made some stupid comment about how someone was stupid and put it on upside down, or whether they're a lot smarter than I thought they were. Okay, I'm back in the office, and I'm looking at the archival footage of when I brought the table saw back, and as I'm looking at it, the fence is actually sitting on the wings. You know, it's supposed to be gliding over the surface, actually not supposed to be resting on the top of the table or the extensions at all, and it is sitting on the wings, and it is adjusted up as far as it will go. And so yeah, so I don't know that this, I think that this fence, because this is the way that I purchased it. So I'm thinking that, you know, the guy said it hadn't been used very much, and that's entirely possible, partially because maybe the silly thing just didn't work, because it's not set up correctly. That's interesting. So anyways, okay, so it didn't come properly working, or at least properly set up. Well, it is what it is. We'll try to work with it as we can. The other thing that I did was I have gotten a replacement miter gauge. I've gotten this one set up. It was at 24, 26 bucks, something like that. Zero instructions, but I was able to overcome, and it is now set up to where I've got the lock set at 45 degrees either direction. The only thing that I don't like about that, I don't know, maybe I got a bad one, I don't know. This would be super cool if there was a spring inside there so that you pulled this back, made your change, let it go, and it would snap back into place. I'm gonna look through my my wondrous bins of leftover parts and see if I can't find a spring to put in there. Otherwise, I think that would be a nice thing to have. Also, if I could get a handle that was made of like a unicorn horn, that'd be pretty cool. But anyways, so there it is. We'll try to get try to make sure that tomorrow or the next day, probably Thursday or Friday maybe, if we can get a little time snuck over here and make sure that our fence is set up parallel with our blade, and then maybe we can make a couple of test cuts with it. Oldest daughter had her wisdom teeth out today, and mom is off saving the world somewhere. So I'm kind of stuck at home doing the dad thing. So we'll get to this when we can. Anyways, that's what I got. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Cheers.
Hey, if you like this episode of RATTLECAN Guitar Restorations, you might want to check this video out as well. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, and if you'd like to help the channel grow, consider stepping over to our Patreon page and giving that a look. Y'all have a good weekend. Cheers.